America, cause that boy good. Now tell me what got 2 tongues and knows how to spit rhymes. 2 thumbs up, you gon' point him at this guy. Al Hedison couldn't be this fly. So ask how I feel and you all reply like I feel so awesome. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that's awesome. Shorty, you fine and your body is awesome. Yeah, wanna roll? Awesome. Well, let's go. Awesome. Hands in the...
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and I'm here to give y'all my second and final 2025 WNBA Mock Draft. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So with the first pick, the Dallas Wings select Paige Bueckers, guard out of UConn. And this is a no-brainer. I mean, she's the best player in this draft class. She's a generational player, and her and Enrique are going to form one of the best backcourts in the WNBA. So this is a very easy pick. Y'all remember like last month when some people were suggesting that Paige might not go number 1 overall? I mean, let's not kid ourselves, man. She is an elite player, and she's going to have a very great career in the WNBA. So, again, this is going to be an easy pick for the Dallas Wings. With the second pick, the Seattle Storm select Dominique Malonga, center out of France. And I wouldn't be surprised if they selected Sonia Citron, but I think they're going to select Dominique Malonga because of her upside. She's 6'6", she has long arms, she's very athletic, she moves well for her size, she can put the ball on the floor, she's developing as a three-point shooter, and she's an elite shot blocker. So if she's able to reach her potential, y'all, she has a chance to become the best center in the league and one of the best players in the league, because you don't see players of her size have the traits and athletic skills that she has. So I know that the Storm already have Nneka Ogwumike and Ezzy Magimore and Alicia Clark on their team. So they have a lot of forwards and centers, but I just think her upside is going to be too much for them to pass on. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if they selected Sonia Citron, but I think they're going to end up taking Dominique Malonga. With the third pick, the Washington Mystics select Sonia Citron, guard out of Notre Dame, and she's one of my favorite players in this draft class because she has a well-rounded game. She's a good shooter, she's a good defender, she's a solid passer, she has a high basketball IQ, she's a versatile player, and she plays the right way. And when you look at the Mystics, they're a rebuilding team. And whenever you're a rebuilding team, not only do you need talented players, but you also need players that play the right way, that are selfless, and are willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And that is the type of player that Sonia Citron is. So I think this would be a great pick for them. I know some people are lower on her than I am because they feel like she has a lower ceiling than some players, but y'all feel like she has an extremely high floor, meaning she will not be a bust. I mean, she's going to be one of those players that has a really, really, really good career for a long time. She's probably going to play anywhere from 12 to 15 years because, again, y'all, when you look at her skill set, man, she's going to be an impactful player for years to come. So I think this would be a really good pick for the Mystics. With the fourth pick, the Washington Mystics select Kiki Iriafen, forward out of USC. And I know they have Shakira Oster and Aaliyah Edwards on the team, but I just think Kiki is too good of a player to pass up on. She's an athletic forward who has a good low post game. She's improved as a mid-range shooter, and she's a good rebounder. And again, y'all, the Mystics are in rebuild mode. And when you're a rebuilding team, you just need to find the best player available. Don't worry about fit. Yes, it will not be a good fit with her, Shakira, and Aaliyah Edwards. But, I mean, who cares about fit, y'all? Kiki is probably going to be a 20 or 10 player in the WNBA. She's going to be a multiple-time All-Star. And the Mystics, again, a team that really needs talent, they cannot pass up on that. So I like them to take Kiki Iriafen. With the fifth pick, the Golden State Valkyries select Anissa Morrow, forward out of LSU. And I think some people aren't giving Anissa Morrow her credit because I know she's not a great shooter. But even though she's not a great shooter, she still averaged about 18 points per game this past season for LSU. She's one of the most tenacious rebounders I've ever seen. And she plays with so much energy and effort. And the Valkyries are an expansion team, so they need a player, y'all, that can come in and establish an identity, establish a culture for them. And Anissa Morrow will be a perfect player to help them do that. So again, I know she's not a great shooter, y'all, but I mean, she just has things you cannot teach. And I think she's going to have a very long career in the WNBA because of it. So I really like Anissa Morrow to the Valkyries. With the sixth pick, the Washington Mystics select Cheyenne Sellers, guard out of Maryland. And earlier, we had the Mystics selected Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen. And now we had them selecting their point guard of the future in Cheyenne Sellers. And I'm a big Cheyenne Sellers fan. I've compared her to Alyssa Thomas in terms of her playmaking ability, her rebounding, her toughness, her dog mentality. And she is a triple-double threat every single game, y'all. And she really improved her three-point shooting this past season. She shot 38% from three. So I just think Cheyenne Sellers is going to become one of the best point guards in the future. So, y'all, if the Mystics end up with Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen, and Cheyenne Sellers, I mean, man, that would be an amazing draft for them. So, Mystics fans, really hope that happens. But, yeah, you would not be disappointed with Cheyenne Sellers because she is going to be a great player for years to come. With the seventh pick, the Connecticut Sun select Sanaa Rivers, guard out of NC State. And outside of Paige Becker, Sanaya is my favorite player in this draft class because I love players that play defense, and she is the best perimeter defender in this draft, and it's not even close. She is 6'1" with a 6'5" wingspan. She has amazing anticipation skills, which allows her to get a lot of steals and chase down blocks. But even beyond that, y'all, she is an elite lockdown defender. She can clamp up any player that she goes up against. And she is a very athletic player as well. And then when you look at her offensively, man, she's a good passer. She can initiate the offense, and she's good at driving to the basket, getting to the free throw line. So I know she's not a great shooter. That's the only weakness in her game. But y'all, when you look at her athletic skills, her defense, and her playmaking ability, man, I think Sanaya Rivers is going to be one of the best players in this draft class. I know some people really don't know too much about her, but if you're not familiar with her game, please get familiar with Sanaya Rivers, because I'm telling y'all, she is going to be an all-star player in this league for years to come. So, yeah, as y'all can tell by my voice, I really like me some Sanaya Rivers, and I hope that she's going to be a first-round pick in this draft because she is absolutely deserving of it. With the 8th pick, the Connecticut Sun select Georgia Amore, guard out of Kentucky, and the Sun have a big need at the point guard spot, and I think Georgia Amore would be the perfect player to fill that need. I know she's only 5'6", but y'all, she's a big-time competitor. She's a great leader. She's a really good passer. She's a good three-point shooter, and she can score when she needs to. I don't know why some people think that Georgia Amore is just a pass-first point guard. Like, yeah, she can pass the ball, but she can also score that thing as well. So, yeah, I think Georgia Amore would be a solid pick for them. And if you have her and Sanaya Rivers in the backcourt, well, now you have your backcourt set for the next 10-plus years. So this would be a really good pick for the Sun. With the 9th pick, the Los Angeles Sparks select Isaiah James, guard out of NC State. And I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I think the Sparks are one player away from being a very competitive team. And I think they need help in their backcourt because their front court is pretty set with Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Azrae Stevens, and De'Aaron Hamby. But they need somebody that can play alongside Kelsey Plum at that shooting guard spot. And Isaiah James is an absolute dog. She's tough as nails. She's a big-time competitor. She's one of the best isolation scorers in this draft class. And she's one of those players, y'all, you do not want to bet against because so many people throughout her collegiate career betted against her, and she proved them wrong every single time. And so I think if you have her and Kelsey Plum in the same backcourt, man, two absolute dogs, that would be a great thing for the Sparks. And if she's on the clock, the Sparks better run up and make that selection because she would be too good to pass up on. With the 10th pick, the Chicago Sky select Sarah Ashley Barker, forward out of Alabama. And she's the type of player that the Sky can really use because they need shooting and they need size at the wing position. And she would give them the best of both worlds because she's 6 feet. She's an elite three-point shooter. She shot nearly 37% from three this past season. She can play off the ball and she competes defensively. And so I know a lot of people have Tahina Pow going in this spot, but in my opinion, y'all, I would rather have Sarah Ashley Barker, not only because of her height advantage over Pow, but I feel like she's the better defender, and I think she's the more versatile player. So she's probably one of the more underrated players in this draft class, but I really like Sarah Ashley Barker a lot, and I think she would be a tremendous help to the Chicago Sky. With the 11th pick, the Chicago Sky select Haley Van Lith, guard out of TCU. And the Sky re-signed Courtney Vandersloot this offseason, but she's 36, and they need to find their point guard of the future. And I think Haley could become that for them. And I think this would be the best team for her because she would get to learn from Courtney Vandersloot, who is one of the best point guards in WNBA history. She would be her backup this year. And then next season, she would be ready to become the starting point guard for the Sky. So I think this would be a great fit from a player perspective and team perspective. And as we all know, Haley did play with Angel Reese at LSU back in 2023. So she already has some chemistry with her. And yeah, I think this would be a great fit. And y'all, let's be honest, Haley earned this, man. I mean, we know the season that she had at LSU didn't go the way she wanted to, but then this year, what she did for TCU, leading them all the way to the Elite Eight, man, it was phenomenal. So yeah, Haley, you deserve this, and I hope you will be a first-round pick tonight. With the 12th pick, the Dallas Wings select Maddie Westbell, forward out of Notre Dame. And if the Wings are going to have Paige and Enrique on the same team, then they need to surround them with a lot of shooting, and Maddie is one of the better shooters in this draft class. She's 6'3", so she has good size at the forward spot. She's a versatile player. She can play multiple positions, and she's a low-maintenance player, y'all. She does not need the ball in her hands to be successful, which is great because obviously Paige and Enrique, they're going to be handling the ball a lot, so they need players that can play off the ball. Maddie can't play off the ball, and she's a solid defender, so I think this should just be a really solid pick for them. You look at this Wings roster right now, y'all, it's not a lot to get excited about, but if they could come away with Paige and Maddie in the first round, I think it would be great for them. So yeah, I would like this. With the 13th pick, the Las Vegas Aces select Michaela Timpson, forward out of Florida State. And the Aces desperately need more size in the front court. The reason they lost to the Liberty in the finals is because they did not have enough size to be able to match up with the Liberty. So Michaela Timpson would be a great addition for them. She's a really strong rebounder, y'all. She averaged 10.5 rebounds per game this past season at Florida State. She's a good scorer as well, averaged about 17 points. But her impact is going to come with her rebounding and her defense. I think you put her alongside Asia Wilson, and she can just feed off Asia. So, yeah, this would be a good thing for the Aces. And I think they need to address the front court with this pick. With the 14th pick, the Dallas Wings select Aisha Sivka, forward out of France. And I don't think the Wings are going to have enough room on their roster for 3 rookies. So I think this would be the perfect opportunity to draft the stash-up player. And I think Aisha Sivka, she reminds me a lot of Leonie Phoebus in terms of being a big 6'3" forward that can guard multiple positions, that's a good three-point shooter, and can play off the ball. So I think the Wings, they can wait a couple of years before she comes to the United States. They can just watch her develop in France. And then when she comes over to the United States, y'all, she will be ready to make an impact for them. So, yeah, this would be good for the Wings. With the 15th pick, the Minnesota Lynx select Yuste Yosite, forward out of France. And we all know that Cheryl Reeve does not like playing rookies. Last year, they drafted Alyssa Pilley in the first round, and she barely played. So I think it makes a ton of sense for them to draft and stash a player. And Yuste Yosite, y'all, she has an incredibly high ceiling because she's a crafty ball handler. She's an elite three-point shooter. She does need to work on her defense. But if she's able to fix her defense, man, she's going to be one of the better two-way players in the WNBA. So I think the Minnesota Lynx, a team that just made it to the WNBA Finals last year, their rotation is set, so they don't need a rookie to come in and play for them right away. They can afford to, wait a couple of years on a player like Yuste Yosite, and then when she's ready to come over, now she's ready to make an impact for them. So, yeah, this will be a great pick for the Minnesota Lynx. With the 16th pick, the Chicago Sky select Tahina Paopao, guard out of South Carolina. And I think she's a little overrated. I mean, she's a really good three-point shooter, but I think there are other areas of her game that need a lot of work. But the Chicago Sky needs shooters on their team, y'all. And Paopao is one of the best shooters in this draft class. So if she's available in the second round, I would be willing to take her. In the first round, y'all, I'm not doing that. That's why I selected Sarah Ashley Barker over her. But if she's still here at pick 16, I will understand why the Chicago Sky would do it. So I wouldn't be mad if they selected Paopao with this pick. All right, y'all, so we're going to start going through these picks pretty quickly, but with the 17th pick, the Golden State Valkyries select Serena Sundell, guard out of Kansas State. The Valkyries, obviously, they need a lead ball handler. Serena Sundell, not only is she a great facilitator, but she has great size at the point guard position. She's 6'2", so I think she would be a really good fit for them. With the 18th pick, my favorite team, the Atlanta Dream, select J.J. Quinterly, guard out of West Virginia. She's a very crafty ball handler. She's a tough and scrappy defender, and she's a solid three-point shooter, and we really need more point guard depth behind Jordan Canada, so this would be good for us. With the 19th pick, the Indiana Fever select Lucy Olsen, guard out of Iowa. The Fever really could use some point guard depth behind Caitlin Clark because right now all they have is Sydney Colson, so they could bring in Lucy Olsen. I think she has a very mature game. Like, she could play right away, so I think she would be a solid option as a backup point guard for them. With the 20th pick, the Indiana Fever select Sanaya Fagan, forward out of South Carolina. And I know they signed DeWanda Bonner and Natasha Howard in free agency, but they could really use a nice, young, athletic forward that could play behind them. So I think you add Sanaya Fagan, she could team up with her old college teammate, Aaliyah Boston. So I really like that fit. With the 21st pick, the LA Sparks select Harmony Turner, guard out of Harvard. And I like Harmony Turner a lot. She's a tough, scrappy defender. She can provide instant offense, and she can initiate the offense. And I think the Sparks need to continue to add playmakers to their backcourt. So I really like this fit for them. With the 22nd pick, the Chicago Sky select Madison Scott, forward out of Ole Miss. And I'm not the biggest fan of Madison Scott, but she is a rugged player, man. She loves playing defense. She's a very tenacious player, and she's a solid rebounder. She provides some really good depth at that backup power forward spot next to Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. So it would make sense for the Sky to draft her. With the 23rd pick, the Washington Mystics select Aaliyah Nye, guard out of Alabama, and she's one of the best catch-and-shoot players in this draft class. She shot about 45% on catch-and-shoot shots this past season for Alabama. And the Mystics, y'all, again, they just need talent, and they also need more shooters, so they will add one of the best shooters in the draft class in Aaliyah Nye. With the 24th pick, the Minnesota Lynx select Rhea Marshall, center out of USC, and the Lynx have a big need at that center spot. We all know that they need to get bigger. They need to add more size, and I like Rhea Marshall in terms of her shot blocking ability, her rebounding ability, and she has a decent mid-range shot. Now, obviously, she's not going to score a lot of points, but the Lynx don't need her to do that. All they need her to do is come in, get some rebounds, block a couple of shots, and just be a great defensive center for them. And with the 25th pick, the Connecticut Sun selects Sedona Prince, center out of TCU. And we all know about her off-the-court troubles, but when she's on the court, she plays pretty good basketball. She's one of the best centers in women's college basketball last season, averaging about 20 points, 10 rebounds, and about 3 blocks per game. And the Suns have a big need at the center spot after losing Bree Jones. So I would be okay with them selecting her here in the third round. I wouldn't take her any higher, y'all. Excuse me, at the end of the second round. I wouldn't take her any higher, but at the end of the second round, I would be A-okay if they selected Sedona Prince. So there I have it, man. This was my second and final 2025 WNBA Mock Draft. Remember, y'all, laughter's good medicine, so what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.